picture that is becoming more and more clear is that we aren't just looking at a bunch of wealthy creeps operating with total impunity. We are looking at a massive criminal network that may be responsible for the rape and murder of hundreds of
each other, and you respect each other's music. You know, it's always that conversation, yo, we gotta do something. You know that.
Right.
You know, the time filler.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When that time filler turns into something real, then it's...
And crumpled. Now you kind of look at him like scoundrels. What won't you do for that damn career? Listen, this is a disgusting business. That's all I'm gonna say. This business is so disgusting that I can't. I think that Jay-Z and Beyonce are master manipulators.
They really thought Wendy was done for good. But she just stepped right back in like nothing happened. And now she's coming in loud and messy again. And this time, she's not easing up on Beyonce at all. If anything, she's turning the pressure way up. Word going around is that Jay-Z isn't the only big name tied to those Epstein files, and now Beyonce's name is getting pulled into the conversation too, and people are seriously shaken by what's being said. If Beyoncé thought Wendy calling out that alleged fake pregnancy back in 2011 was bad, then this right here is on a whole different level, because now Wendy is hinting she's got even more information, and it's way more explosive than anything she's said before. And it doesn't stop there. People are also bringing up alleged connections involving powerful figures like Epstein and Diddy, and it's all starting to look like a bigger web than anyone expected. Meanwhile, Beyonce and Jay-Z have been getting dragged non-stop these past few days, and the heat is not cooling off at all. At first, most of the attention was on Jay-Z after his name started circulating in connection with those files. And people weren't exactly shocked. They've been side-eyeing his industry ties for years. But then the conversation shifted, and folks started asking, where does Beyonce fit into all of this? Things escalated even more when new names were reportedly added to discussions about the case, and suddenly Beyonce was being mentioned too. That's when people really started digging, trying to connect dots and uncover anything that might have been hidden before. And now, old stories are resurfacing in a major way. One of the biggest rumors being revived involves Jay-Z's late associate, Kathy White, and whispers about what really happened back then. And here's the wild part. Wendy Williams had already spoken about this years ago, and now people are going back to those clips like they might have missed something big the first time around. So here's where the rumors really start getting wild. People have been claiming that Kathy was actually acting as a surrogate for Jay-Z and Beyonce the entire time, while Beyonce publicly said she was pregnant with Blue Ivy. The story goes that after the child was born, things were handled behind the scenes, and Beyonce presented the baby as her own. And ever since, fans have been dissecting her lyrics, trying to find clues hidden in plain sight. One example people keep pointing to is her 2024 song, Daughter. Some listeners are convinced the lyrics sound like a confession, connecting it back to those long-running rumors about Kathy White and what may have happened back then. Now, none of this has ever been confirmed, but that hasn't stopped people from putting pieces together and running with it. But here's the part that really has people talking. Long before any of this resurfaced, Wendy had already been calling things out. Back in 2011, Beyoncé had everyone confused after that infamous TV moment where her baby bump appeared to fold in on itself during an interview. The clip went everywhere, and people couldn't stop replaying it. And somehow, even with everyone watching it happen, the response that followed didn't calm anything down. Photos were released showing Beyoncé in a bikini to prove the pregnancy was real, but a lot of people weren't convinced at all. To many, the images didn't clear anything up, and instead just made the situation look even more questionable. Wendy wasted no time jumping on it either. The very next day, she went all in on her show, openly questioning the pregnancy and even bringing up Kathy White by name. That was a bold move, especially since most major outlets weren't touching the topic at all. It was one of those situations where information was floating around quietly. Either you had heard about it, or you hadn't. And then, there's the hospital story, which still raises eyebrows. Reports have claimed Beyoncé spent over $1.3 million to secure an entire hospital floor for the birth. That level of privacy had people asking serious questions, like what exactly needed to be kept that controlled? On top of that, more controversial claims have surfaced over time from people connected to Jay-Z's past, adding even more layers to an already messy situation. None of it has been proven, but the combination of old clips, resurfaced interviews, and ongoing speculation keeps this story alive. And louder than ever, Larry Johnson and Jay-Z used to be tight, no question about it. But then, out of nowhere, that friendship completely fell apart, and people started looking closer at the timing, because the split happened right when Larry began speaking out about who he believed was really controlling things behind the scenes in the entertainment industry. He even shared a story about a late-night party back in the early 2000s, allegedly, hosted by the Carters in Colorado. According to Larry, the vibe at that party didn't sit right with him at all. He claimed there were young-looking attendees who didn't appear to be adults, and he also said Beyoncé allegedly made a comment that he found very strange. Now, these are his claims, but they definitely got people talking. And then you've got Jaguar Wright, who took things even further during her appearance on Piers Morgan's show. She sat there and made some serious accusations, even suggesting that Beyoncé had something to do with Aaliyah's death. That moment alone had people shocked, and it reportedly stirred up legal tension because of how far those claims went. Now, Aaliyah's name coming up in all of this isn't new. For years, there have been rumors floating around that her tragic death somehow cleared the way for Beyoncé's rise. But again, that's speculation that has never been proven. Still, people keep revisiting it because of how sudden and heartbreaking Aaliyah's passing was. There are also stories about Jay-Z allegedly showing interest in Aaliyah after her situation with R. Kelly. Dame Dash even spoke about it, saying Jay was sending flowers and trying to get her attention, but she wasn't interested at all. Some even framed it like there was competition between powerful men at the time, which only adds more layers to the story. And then come the more extreme rumors that push things into darker territory. There have been claims online suggesting that certain elite circles in the industry hosted secretive gatherings, and that major celebrities were involved to maintain their status. Beyoncé and Jay-Z's names have been pulled into those conversations too, though none of it has been backed by solid evidence. Things got even messier when more interviews started surfacing. One story involved an alleged private party at Diddy's house, where high-profile names were rumored to be present. Then, not long after, attorney Ariel Mitchell mentioned being approached about a tape involving Diddy and another major celebrity. She never confirmed any identities, but the timing of her comments had people jumping to conclusions and connecting dots on their own. And just like that, the rumors spread even faster, pulling Beyoncé's name deeper into a storm of speculation that still hasn't slowed down. Now here's where things take another sharp turn. There's talk going around that Beyoncé might already be making quiet moves behind the scenes to protect herself, especially after all the recent headlines. And this didn't just pop up randomly. Someone claiming to be close to her dropped a blind item that's got people seriously talking. According to that source, insiders have allegedly been whispering about this for a while now. The claim is that this major singer has felt overwhelmed for years, dealing with intense pressure, constant control, and a team that manages nearly every move she makes. And now, supposedly, she's reaching a breaking point. The blind item goes even further, suggesting she's thought about stepping away completely and possibly leaving everything behind without warning. It paints a picture of someone who feels trapped, tired of outside influence, including from family and her inner circle, and ready to take back control of her own life. It also claims her team is more worried about losing their position and influence than anything else, and that they've tried to keep everything tightly managed for a long time. But according to this story, that control might be slipping fast as she gets closer to making a major decision. And here's the part that really has people speculating. The blind item suggests she's being extra careful, planning things quietly, so that if she ever does step away, it happens on her terms and without interference. Some are even saying that if she suddenly pulls back from public appearances or starts spending more time overseas, it could be part of a bigger plan. Now, none of these claims are confirmed, but they've definitely lined up with other conversations happening online. For example, YouTuber Storm Monroe previously suggested that Beyoncé might even consider separating from Jay-Z if things around them start to unravel. Whether any of this is true or not, the rumors are spreading fast, and people are watching closely to see if any of these whispers turn into real moves. And it doesn't stop there, because there have also been claims floating around from alleged former employees saying Beyoncé holds a powerful position behind the scenes in the industry. Some of these stories go as far as calling her a high-ranking figure with serious influence. But again, these are unverified allegations that have been spreading online. Now, bring Wendy back into the picture, because people swear she's been sitting on information for years. Ever since her radio days, she was known for having insiders feeding her details, sometimes with receipts to back things up. And according to what's being said, she allegedly knew about a lot of industry secrets involving major names long before they ever became public conversations. At the same time, there's also been talk about how risky it is to speak on certain topics like this. Some believe that people in powerful positions can shut things down quickly, which is why others stay quiet. Wendy herself has faced serious personal and health challenges over the years, and that has only fueled more speculation and conspiracy theories online about what really happened behind the scenes. And of course, public opinion is all over the place. You've got people online making strong statements like, Beyoncé is just as guilty as Jay-Z. She knew exactly what he was doing. They deserve prison. But it's important to remember, these are opinions and accusations, not confirmed facts. Still, the intensity of these reactions shows just how heated this whole situation has become. And honestly, the way this whole situation keeps unfolding, it feels like every day there's something new being thrown into the mix. One minute it's old interviews resurfacing, the next it's insiders dropping hints, and then suddenly, clips from years ago start looking completely different under this new light. What's really got people locked in is how all these separate stories seem to be connecting. Wendy's past statements, those resurfaced rumors, and now these new conversations all colliding at once. It's like people are going back and rewatching everything, asking themselves, wait, was this right in front of us the whole time? And let's be real, the internet is not letting this go anytime soon. Every little detail is being picked apart, every old headline is getting re-examined, and every public appearance is being watched closely. Even the smallest move is now being questioned, which just adds more pressure to an already intense situation. At this point, it's not even just about what's true or not. It's about how fast these narratives are spreading and how many people are buying into them. Because once the public starts connecting dots, whether accurate or not, it takes on a life of its own. And right now, this story is moving fast, loud, and in a direction nobody can fully predict. And at this point, everything is up in the air, and the truth is still buried somewhere under all these rumors, claims, and wild theories. One thing is clear, though. This story is far from over, and people are watching every move closely. Whether any of this actually gets proven or not, the conversation isn't slowing down anytime soon. Too many questions, too many resurfaced moments, and way too many people speaking out all at once. And when things start stacking up like this, it always means something bigger could be coming. Now I want to hear what you think. Do you believe any of these claims? Or do you think this is all just internet speculation getting out of control? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this one right here is messy and it's only getting messier. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tapped in, because if anything new drops, and you already know it will, you're going to hear it here first.